All right, welcome to another episode of Between Us.
What up?
What up?
Update.
Little update. We were
Bob
supposed to have
sucks.
Don here today.
Bob.
His name's Don, John.
His name is Bob.
Don.
Just
Bob.
due to scheduling, we had a.
And due to that, he's in the convalescent home. He needs a little bit of time
Okay.
to recover
Alright.
from pulling a hamstring.
So just a quick reminder, Don is the 40,
He has 47 gold
47
medals.
gold
93-year-old.
medals in the Senior Olympics. This guy here is trying to, what are you trying to do with Bob?
He thinks he can beat Bob in a 3K.
No, it's a 100 meter dash. I already talked to people about this that are in the fitness. Homeboy's not a sprinter. He's gonna lose.
Yeah, then we're not talking about the sprint. We were talking about marathon.
And you're a sprinter?
No, I'm gonna beat a 93-year-old guy. Yes, guy's probably gonna freaking take him 5 minutes to get anywhere. You guys don't understand. We're not doing a marathon with him. We're doing a 100 meter dash.
Even better.
He's gonna lose.
Even better.
By the time he gets to the 100 meters, it's gonna be Christmas.
So anyway, we had to reschedule that.
Yeah,
So
but we
stay
did.
tuned for that.
If you saw one of our clips on TikTok, we put a poll. Who's gonna win, Jonathan or Bob? Right now, the score is 4-2 in favor of Bob.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, because people don't know.
People know that he's a 47.
Understand,
gold
guys.
medalist.
It's a 100 meter dash. It's not. He usually runs 5Ks or marathons or whatever. You know how slow he's going. He's pacing himself. He's not used to running fast.
And
So
you're an
people
Olympic
don't. I don't care.
athlete.
You're missing the point. You guys are so fixated by his 47
Just
medals.
because he does marathons you don't know his sprint.
He's 93
status.
years old. He does not sprint.
You know him.
Name me a
that he doesn't
93-year-old that sprints.
sprint? Don.
No, first of all, it's Bob.
It's
And no, he
Don.
doesn't.
His name
He
is
does
Don,
marathons or he
You
does
don't know-
5Ks. He doesn't
you don't
do
know his sprint
He doesn't
status?
do sprints. He does, and he's 93. If he tries to sprint, he's gonna dislocate
I
something.
wish he was here right now.
I
All
wish
right.
he was showing us.
Golly.
So we'll hit
We'll
on
keep you
that.
guys updated for
Yeah.
sure. Because we really need to have Don talk some sense into this
We
kid.
need Bob to hurry up and come out of the convalescent home so we can do this. Just get it over with.
He drives. He has a house.
Yeah, he drives. Wow, that he's not sprinting. What does driving have to do with the race?
That he's not in a convalescent home.
Yeah, that's weird. Bob was.
I don't know who Bob is, but
Are you wearing Chucks?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, pull these out every now and then.
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
got
Chucks in a
got a little
while.
heart on the side.
Right.
I can't
right.
pronounce the
High
name of
tops.
it. How do you
Nice.
pronounce the name, John?
Comme de garçon.
Who?
Comme de garçon.
Yep, there you go. Come to God.
Something like that. Some French. It's some French. Some French brand. It's dope too.
All right. So what are you guys up to? What's going on?
Oh, jeez.
I was just excited for Bob to be here, but
We,
he's checking it out.
Came
We
back.
were
Came back
Rapid
from
this
Rapid
weekend.
City this past weekend.
How was that?
It was good. It was
It was
good.
good, but it was a little. It felt long.
Concert?
It was way
there
too long,
an
yeah.
Event?
It
With
took
all
long,
the-
it took longer than it should have.
Even though it didn't directly affect us, this whole quote unquote Microsoft update glitch.
That
Yeah,
was
what do you guys
crazy,
think
huh?
of
By
that?
the way,
Can
think
Okay, can I have you guys' input on that?
Yeah.
Because
without-
honestly,
these are my
look, 'cause
thoughts.
honestly, I don't know what the heck it is. So
There's
I'm
a
not here
lot
with
of
thoughts.
things.
So what they're saying, what Microsoft they're saying that it was
Oh, it's your turn
supposed to
to
be
talk,
out of
okay.
an update.
Right.
They did an update with one button, shut off around the world, mind you, banks, airlines, businesses, hospitals, retail, a lot of people, tech, So cell towers, because there was an update. To me, that just sounds so sketchy and so fishy. Coming right out of the RNC, the Republican, conference, convention, and all this stuff. Like, to me, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this sounds like a cyber attack to me.
Ooh.
And obviously, you always got to cover it up with something.
What do you think, Alex?
I think something along the same lines. I think there's a lot of things that happen that people we don't know about, that they don't tell us. Remember 20 years ago, there was a big blackout in New York City where there was, boom, no power for like the whole city. And they just said it was part of the grid or something. But no, there's things that happen behind the scenes with, either experiments,
Things that happen all the
other
time.
attacks from other countries.
Some people were saying that it's a test. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but a lot of people aren't eating that it was an update. An update can shut down that much for that long, and it's even affecting people till now. So I don't know. To me, it sounds a little sketchy.
It does sound sketchy.
There's just a lot of weird things happening in the world right now. A lot,
Like what?
especially
Let's get into it. Let's get into it right now.
You don't even need to watch the news to know the things that are going on. It's just
TV.
very polarizing. A lot of things going on with, obviously, this being the election year. I don't. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. I think you can't deny that there's just a lot going on, and I think it has a lot of people on edge. Doesn't matter what side you're on. It's like I think people are okay. What's next? What's going to happen next? It almost feels like something happens again. There was another shooting where literally an innocent, from what I've seen, I haven't read into it. This innocent girl that she called the police. This was, I think, yesterday, the night before. She called the police because she thought there was an intruder. She went to the kitchen and had a pot with water or whatever, and she threw it out or whatever. And she tells one of the cops, it was a big old argument, and she tells the cop, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." The dude freaked out and shot her. And so he just got convicted. And so, but it's just weird. Just weird. A lot of crazy things are happening, man. So I don't know. Just buckle up, I guess, for the ride.
Yeah, I'm just glad there's UFC fights this weekend.
Is that the Vegas one in the Sphere? Or?
No, that's in September.
Oh.
That's for
That's the one I'm excited
Independence.
about. That
That'd
one.
be good.
Kind of want to go.
That's gonna be pricey.
Good luck trying to
Trust
get
me.
tickets to
That's
that.
how much Dana said they're spending for that they're investing into that. It's gonna be a pricey ticket to get one of them tickets.
Mm.
But yeah, man, just be
Other than that,
just
it's
be
been pretty
careful.
dope.
So other than that, what are you into right now? What are you watching?
Right now,
What are you listening
Oh,
to?
that was random.
I'm into. I've always been into it, but now like more, like combat sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've always liked it. I've always watched
Right.
it, but now like I've started following a lot more,
Nice.
and that's been pretty cool.
And don't you find like as musicians, you're like you listen to different things, different
absolutely.
types of music? What are
Have
you
to.
into right now?
Right now, I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's this. I forgot what it was called. It was on the tip of my tongue, but it's a country song
Oh God,
by Morgan Wallen and Post Malone. It's pretty dope.
the Post Malone country song.
Yeah, with Morgan Wallen.
Well,
Pretty interesting.
yeah, you.
As far as what I'm into, music, I don't
Yeah,
know.
what are
I'm
you
not.
listening
I'm
to
not
right
really specifically into something right now. Like anything in specific. Kind of right now is just kind of vibing with what goes or what I'm in the mood for. Yeah, I'm not really like, oh, I'm into this right now or this genre. Right now it's just kind of like what I'm in the mood for, and I kind of just have it on shuffle.
I've
So
also
it's a
been
chill
like,
vibe right now.
Sometimes you just have it on shuffle.
I've also been like, finding myself like searching for like old gospel music,
Okay.
like Mississippi Mass Choir,
Oh yeah.
and like
you know, I did that one
old-
on a drive
that
the other
old
day.
Kirk Franklin album.
Yeah,
I'm finding myself listening more to podcasts right now than even music.
dude, I'm into Christian merengue right now. Crazy. I love it.
You remember that song? It was like a huge feature of all these Christian merengue singers, and then the biggest feature on the record was Elvis Crespo. You remember that? Dad had that record playing all the
I
time.
remember what it was called, but yeah,
Mm.
I know who you're talking about.
That's a sketchy character
the-
right there.
He is, bro. The group was called Unción Tropical,
Mm.
and they would do like covers that aren't in merengue or bachata.
Have you seen Dad drive around in his car
Oh my gosh!
when
it's
he's
the
by
most-
himself?
It's the most embarrassing thing ever.
He's
bro.
like
So,
on
yeah.
full blast
Yeah.
listening to merengue.
Yep.
You can hear him like down the block.
And he thinks nobody can hear him.
Right, right.
That's the best part.
Eating pretzels.
Eating-
But yeah, it's great. But if you listen to merengue, dude, that's like you have to be like the most precise
Mhm.
musicians. Like it's crazy music.
It's nuts.
Musically, it's pretty crazy.
I saw this this Juan Luis Guerra concert, and there's this guy that does a solo. I forgot what it was called. It's just like he sits and he just uses like these sticks.
Yeah, it's that Dominican
it's
drum.
Dominican thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And he just goes ham, bro. And like it's not like okay, he's hitting a drum and it's very, very entertaining.
Only Dominicans
like
use
you have
that
to
thing.
have that you gotta know.
That, and I want to buy
Guido?
but like a
Like the
merengue
metal one?
a big metal one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to get one so bad. I don't even know why, just to have it.
That'd be pretty sick. It'd be annoying, but that'd be pretty sick to have.
Yeah.
What are you guys watching?
I don't know. I'm in the phase right now where
On shuffle?
It's because I'm getting because I'm getting older or what. I'm watching the news a lot. How do I say this? I'm really watching the news, and it's not even just news. Like I said, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts, but I watch a lot of podcasts too because I want to be informed. I want to be educated. You know what I mean? Like as I'm getting older too, I realize that being informed and educated is so smart, and not even just being informed and educated or listening to the people that I would say that align with my views. You know what I mean? There's people that I listen to podcasts that they don't quite align with my views, but I want to hear their perspective and where they're at, and it gives me a better understanding where they're coming from.
I just think you just got to be careful though, because then you just, regardless which side you listen to, you can become indoctrinated from either side. So, especially when you go like to far left or far right.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's what I mean. Like that's the problem now in America, that we don't think for ourselves. We let other people indoctrinate us, and we let them think for us and make those decisions of what they want. People are pushing an agenda. So for me, is like I want to get educated so then I can see both sides, and then me think clearly and make a decision for what's best for me, my family, my business. You know what I mean? And do these policies align with what I believe and what's going to benefit, me and stuff. You know what I mean? So, but I'm big on. Gosh, I haven't had cable at home, but I don't think a lot of people have. Now with subscription and stuff, I love to watch like 48 Hours. I watch that all the time.
Oh,
I even go back and watch the old ones. I like crime investigative.
Yeah.
I like crime investigative shows, but then there's a show that you got to watch. If you haven't watched, you got to. It's not just a series. It's different shows that kind of all tie in. Power.
Oh my gosh,
that's our cheeks and ours. Especially
is
with
it Force?
Force. With my boy Tommy, baby. Can't wait till the fourth season, right?
Third season.
The third season that's coming up. It's the third season, and they're wrapping them all up. So I can't wait till season 3. That's gonna be dope. But that's a good one to watch. Power, Force.
Alex, what are you watching lately? Or what are you watching more of?
I've been into a lot of the F1, Formula One racing.
Have you seen the documentary on Netflix?
Yeah,
all of it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So I've been following
Who's your favorite
Team
racer?
Red Bull.
Team Red Bull?
Yeah.
Is it Sergio Perez?
Sergio Perez from Mexico.
Is it Sweden? Is it Swedish?
It's gonna change next year though, because Hamilton is leaving Mercedes after I don't know how many years.
Yeah, he's leaving.
He's gonna go to Ferrari or Red Bull. That's gonna change.
If he goes to Ferrari, bro,
he's
been sick.
He's been with Mercedes, since he pretty much started. He's been
since he was karting.
I can't imagine Mercedes without
Lewis Hamilton.
So I'm still trying to adapt to that.
Things change, man.
It's funny. The other day, one of the last races, everywhere Lewis Hamilton goes, he's riding his scooter, and it's not even a motorized; it's a pedal one. And he was driving around and forth, and they actually stopped him because he didn't have his credentials. Obviously, the guy did security. Hey, but the security guard, you know what I mean? Like, you can't hate security guards when they do that because they're doing their job. You know what I mean? They're doing their job, and so you can't hate on them. I would hate, and maybe he should know who he is, but hey, again, he's doing his job.
There are some people that
Lewis Hamilton even laughed though. He didn't take it in any bad way. He just laughed about it, and there was a lady behind him that showed his credentials or whatever. It was just funny.
Well, Formula One is just crazy. Just every week is a different place in the world.
Yeah.
One day they're in Mexico City, the other day they're in Tokyo.
The thing with Formula One, the misconception, people don't understand how physically athletic and in physical shape that you have to be. Like it is crazy. Like
you're
when
working
you
with
see them,
G-force, bro.
when you see them practice and stuff and train, like I'm like, yo, these are gonna break their neck. Somebody's gonna break their neck.
You know, that's
With
one of
everything
their
that they-
biggest things they practice is they put weights on their
Yeah,
neck
and they're like,
And it's
because
like-
of the
get all crazy.
G-forces.
That's what I'm saying. And then I was hearing in the documentary they talk about it, but every race they're saying that they sweat. Gosh, how many pounds was it that they said they sweat off? It was an astounding number that he said that because of their suits and how hot it is and everything in there, that they sweat off an X amount of water weight. It was crazy. Like I didn't believe it. It was I don't remember the number, but it was just go look it up. It was just crazy to think about that. And then also they said, where else are you gonna go pee? So they got this little thing and they do their thingy there, pee and do their thing and keep going. But it takes a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, those dudes make money though.
Yeah,
Are you still into NASCAR too?
I watch it once in a while,
Yeah.
but watching F1 now,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
a
It's a whole
ball
different
game,
league,
dude.
bro.
I'm sorry. I mean, NASCAR is fun and all, but they're going in circles.
Yeah.
Yo, it is crazy though.
F1, they'll have races like in Monaco, in the
Everywhere.
city.
And it's just
They had it in Vegas.
Yeah.
Miami,
Austin.
Texas.
Yeah. So, but
I heard that the one in Vegas was total chaos and
It was
total
a flop.
flop, but
I mean, when the city does something for the first time, there's always a learning curve. But
The one in Austin.
the one in
that
Austin is always
was
Austin. It's
fire.
always in Austin. That was a good one. Yeah, but they do it everywhere, man. They do it in Azerbaijan.
if
UK,
you watch
everywhere.
the
Dubai.
series in on Netflix, just the behind the scenes stuff and the
Mhm.
coaches and the just
It's
crazy.
Yeah, how much goes into that? The politics.
They have like the Red Bull team. They have 1,000 people working
Mhm.
for 2 cars. 1,000 people.
Jeez.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's crazy. What goes into that? That was one of my favorite documentaries to watch or series.
And then
was
just following the, because I'm in the tire business, but watching like all the aspects of how they change the tires, what tires they use, if it's raining, if it's not raining,
Mhm.
how often they have to change them, if the strategy they're using for that race,
Jeez.
every 8 minutes or it's just nuts. Nuts. Oh, have you guys seen, are we back on?
Yep, we're good back. Go ahead.
I went to the movies the other day. Have you seen that?
What did you see?
That, what's it called with Kevin Costner? The cowboy movie.
Oh, is it good?
Oh, it's
I've been wanting to see it.
fantastic. What's it called?
I don't know.
Shoot.
Where'd
But
you,
it's
is that good, huh?
it's the 3-part series. So like I think in a couple months he'll release the second part and then he'll release the third part.
at the movies?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the first time anybody's ever done that. But
Jeez.
it is fantastic. If you're like a
Western fan?
like if you're a Western
Dad
fan,
would probably like that.
yeah,
thing.
he would love it. I'm gonna take him, but it's a great movie.
Speaking of great movies, if you guys had to be caged in,
Here we go.
if you had to be caged in
All right. Energy.
Bob?
with 2 animals, you had to pick. You couldn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot myself," and die. They locked you in a cage, and you had 1 hour that they either put a gorilla in there or a lion. Which one would you fight, and why?
Obviously,
Only for 1 hour.
Obviously,
You have to pick one.
wait. You have to. Why would you have to fight?
Oh, 'cause you think it's just it's a small cage, bro.
First of all, I think a
Small
gorilla.
room.
I would go in with a gorilla
Why?
because gorillas. Not
No,
only
they're in there you guys are in there to fight.
So he's in there pissed?
Yes. Both
Oh,
animals
that's
are
not
in there.
fair. We're
Bo-
dead either way.
That's
No, but
what.
just
no,
listen to
both
my
ani-
point.
Both
Listen to
animals
my
are.
point.
No, but you
Let's
can't
humor-
switch.
let's humor
You
him.
can't switch. You can't switch.
Let's
the-
just humor him.
Yeah, but your premise first. So I think a gorilla, because a gorilla eats vegetables and stuff, trees and stuff, and
Bro, a gorilla's not going to eat you. He's going to tear you apart.
right. But a gorilla is more curious. He'll come over and maybe just
No,
relax.
this gorilla is mad. This lion is mad. You just took away.
Well, then you're
his baby
just
gorillas.
you're just effed either way. So what does it matter?
Exactly, but you have to pick. That's the whole point of this, Alex. You can't say none. Well, you have to pick. They're both mad. Which one are
Well-
you going to fight? But explain why.
I'm going to say.
Let's just toss a coin. Either one. Lion.
No, I'm going to say.
tiger.
I'm going to say
There's no
gorilla.
tiger and lion.
Because I don't know. I think I
Okay.
oh no! Wait.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say you're wrong because
I'm not saying here that I think I can take a gorilla.
I'm just saying you're effed either way.
yeah,
We're screwed either way. Absolutely.
But if you say that you said, okay, if I have to pick one, this is the one that I'm gonna pick.
I would go with gorilla because he's just gonna. I think because he can just punch you and you're dead. A lion has to like claw at you and bite you and like.
Is it a lion or is it a tiger? What is
It's
it?
a lion. You said
lion.
lion.
Okay.
Man, nobody ever
Where'd you
said
get a tiger?
Yeah,
Tiger King over here.
I would go in with the gorilla. I mean, I don't think I'll have a better chance.
Because either way, you're gonna die. So if I think a gorilla can make it less painful.
So
yeah, because
listen,
they'll just knock you out and you're done.
a gorilla is gonna knock you out. It's
And
gonna be blunt force trauma.
And you're done though.
And a lion, he's gonna eat you.
Yeah, he's gonna scratch at you. He's gonna
Tear you
A
up.
gorilla's probably just gonna kill you and watch you there, but a lion is gonna have you for lunch.
No, but this is the thing though. I don't know about that. They're gonna have you for lunch, but I actually think you'll die quicker with a lion because they know where to claw you for you die instantly. They're not second. They know where to go. They slice you and you're dead. Whereas opposed to, so my answer would be I'm gonna go in there with a gorilla because I just start talking the sign language with him and be like Mighty Joe, Mighty Joe Black, talk to him in sign language and try to reason with the dude. I was about to say try to reason with the dude.
You can't, Jonathan.
They speak sign language.
Yes, they do. You don't.
Hey, what? Yo, I learned it.
You're saying all gorillas speak sign language?
But they're smart. I'm hoping.
Oh my
there's,
gosh.
See, there's a sliver of hope there that I know for a fact.
Stop
You
yelling.
know,
You're
I
peeking.
know.
You're
I know
peeking.
for a fact that
You're
the
peeking.
lion. I know for a fact that the lion doesn't know sign language. I have a glimmer of hope that homeboy Mighty Joe might know some sign language. And I'm gonna have a pear,
You're gonna
and an
have
apple,
you're
and a
gonna
banana, and sign language. Yo, I'm your
You're
homie.
gonna have the same issue that Shaq has when he goes to the zoo. Have you heard that story?
Time out.
Yeah,
Where are you
what?
going with this?
Yeah, no, I've never heard of
Shaq says this himself.
I've never heard of it.
He says he doesn't go to the zoo to the gorilla exhibitions because he walks by and the gorillas go crazy.
Well, you look at the size of the man.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not that big.
I know that.
So what do you? I'm confused. Where you going with that?
I'm just saying the gorilla's always gonna be pissed.
But if what I'm saying is I have a sliver of hope with the gorilla. I'm bringing some fruits,
But
and
how-
So you're bringing fruits now?
Wait, why,
I'm bringing some fruit. I'm bringing. Let me finish. I'm
If
bringing
we're-
some.
if
Let me
we're-
finish. I'm bringing some fruit, and hopefully this one is the smart one that knows sign language that is from the Planet of the Apes. And then
If we're able
boom.
to prepare, I'm bringing a weapon. I'm not bringing
no,
fruit.
nobody said you can bring a
Exactly.
weapon.
There you go.
Oh, I'm gonna bring some fruits. You're preparing.
I carry watermelon with me every day, so I just carry it with me. I have watermelon with me every day.
I carry my weapon with me
No,
almost
you
every
don't.
day.
No, you don't. You liar. We've talked about this.
Yeah,
do. I
if
started.
we can
No,
bring
you
stuff,
don't.
then
I started.
I'd bring 10 chickens to the lion.
Yeah.
No,
And-
I'd bring a bunch of
okay.
steak.
Even
You
if
said that
Okay,
animal's
you can't
pissed
bring.
off.
Yeah, you can't bring anything. I'm still gonna hope that he knows sign language. So there's still a sliver of hope.
So
Even if I don't
we're
give him the
pretending
fruit.
that you know sign language?
I know
Right.
sign language. A B C D. I know sign language.
No, you don't.
I learned the
Oh
alphabet.
my god.
You want to know what this is right here? What do you think this is? Look,
Gosh,
look.
it's bull crap.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's you. That's you,
I know a lot. This. Thank you.
Jonathan.
I know sign language. So
sign language.
I know sign language. You do it. You know what I mean? I'm saying I hope there's a sliver of hope that the homeboy might know sign language. The lion doesn't know sign language.
He's gonna know sign language, and then he's still gonna kill you.
No. He's gonna say, hey, it's smarter for me to keep him alive and use him. I'd rather have
this
that
was
than
just
him
a
kill
dumb
me.
question. Let's just.
It wasn't because
let's
it's
move on.
All of a sudden, we could prepare.
Right.
no. I just said you can't prepare. You can't bring in the fruit. You cannot bring in the fruit. So whatever you have on you is what you have. Just hope that you have something nice in your pocket.
So F1, huh?
F1. I carry a pen with me. That's like a tactical pen.
Well, see, that's probably not gonna do anything to gorilla.
Since when?
Unless you get his eye.
It's always in my backpack.
That's what you. If you're gonna go, you gotta go for their eyes.
Like it doesn't. TSA hasn't taken away because they look at it like it's a pen.
You gotta just go
But
for
the
their
top,
eyes.
you unscrew it. It's a knife.
Wow. You're in trouble someday for that.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. So do you think you would have a chance though?
I'm not saying. I mean, we would have a better chance than the lion.
Okay.
You have no chance with the lion.
Zero.
whatever, and no chance. That dude, they're called the king of the jungle for a reason.
I mean, one, bow, you're done.
They know exactly where to cut you to kill you instantly.
I don't care if they know
then
exactly.
they just want to kick back eating you.
I could care less if they know exactly, but wherever they hit you, you're gonna bleed a lot.
Oh yeah, you're gonna bleed out. But what I'm saying is, they go at you to kill you because they know they want to neutralize you and then just feast.
You
on
guys have a favorite animal?
Do I have a favorite animal?
Yeah.
I mean, you talking about to have for a pet or just like?
Just, I think this animal's sick. Be anything.
I don't have one. I have a couple.
I like
lions and gorillas.
Horizon.
What kind of animal is that?
It's the name of the movie, Kevin Costner.
Gorillas,
Horizon.
bro. We're like 10 subjects. Okay,
Hey.
Horizon.
Now you know.
Thank you, bro.
You don't know, now you
You
know.
guys want to go watch Horizon?
So first of all,
Don't.
They just don't make good movies anymore. You know
They
what
don't.
I mean?
I don't.
They
That's
don't.
why Denzel's coming out with Gladiator 2, baby.
Ooh-wee.
I didn't know he was coming out, and I saw the thing. I was like, this is
Yo.
gonna be.
Did you know until I sent you that text?
No,
Denzel.
I saw like probably a day before that. I saw it on
can't-
Instagram.
I mean, it's a little bit awkward to see Denzel dressed as a as a Roman or
Is he-
whatever.
No, because there was those black people back then.
Yeah, but it's
Who is he?
Denzel.
Who is he?
Guess
Caesar?
So no, he's not.
You
He's
know
not.
what I mean?
I don't think he's a bad guy. He's like one of those because there's a king. He's like a.
I think
how
he
do
is
you
a
call
bad
it?
guy.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
No, because there's a king.
he's a owner of one of the. But anyway,
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really
It's just
say much
like-
on the trailer if he's a good or a bad guy. Whatever he is, though, he's.
you
he's
just
a
have
beast.
We've never seen Denzel in a period piece like that from like.
Oh no.
You know what I
Nah,
mean?
But this is the thing. Like, it no matter what Denzel plays, you know, it's
Oh,
gonna be like.
heck yeah. he
That's
can.
the only actor that I don't need to see a trailer to know that there's gonna be a good movie. Name
And
me,
that's the only
name me
actor
one
that
movie.
I don't even care what the story is.
That's what I'm
gonna go
saying.
watch it.
Name me one movie that is bad from him. You can't.
Training Day. Just kidding.
Oh, I was about to leave.
You
I was
can't
about to
name
leave.
one movie that you're like every movie is legit. And plus, on top of that, you cheer for the man because he's a good man off the
Right.
camera. You know what he stands for, what he believes
Respectable.
in. Like it's like you cheer for him. You know, nowadays people are so different. Like he with the interviews that he's done and what people say about him, he's very
Denzel Washington,
dope.
baby.
So that's a movie I
remember
can't wait.
Man on Fire?
That's my favorite movie. I started crying. Oh, y'all gotta go watch
Inside
this.
Job
Y'all gotta
is
go
good, too.
watch this.
No, Inside Man.
Listen, y'all gotta go watch this, man. Go on YouTube, you'll find it. There's an alternative ending.
To Man on Fire?
Yeah.
To Man on Fire?
Go look it up.
It's-
Ooh.
There's an alternative ending. The way it ended, I think, was a better one. Obviously, that's how
Yeah,
they picked.
I
it.
just
But
like
there's
that
an
one.
alternative ending.
Is it on
It's
YouTube?
still dope. Yeah, just look up alternative ending, Man on Fire. You know, pop up.
Deleted scenes.
That was crazy. I saw it on TikTok. Shout out TikTok.
What's
That
that?
was crazy.
That movie he did with He did a movie with the actor that did Bohemian Rhapsody. What was his name? Rummy.
Yeah, that
Something?
one's called. Oh, I know what you're talking about. That was a
And
really
Jared
good
Leto.
movie. Yeah, that was a good movie.
American Gangster?
No. It's
He was a sheriff.
fairly recent compared to that one.
Oh.
It was a good movie.
I didn't like
a
it.
movie, it's a movie that makes you think.
Like it was like the story was cool, but it was like, oh, okay. Like I wasn't expecting like action and blowing up, and no, it was a thoughtful movie, but it was
I think the reason you didn't like it because of how it ended. I didn't like how it ended either.
like not only that, the whole
Book of
movie
Eli?
was Book of Eli's
No,
fire.
dude,
Did you have any idea that was gonna happen at the end, that he was blind the whole
Nobody
time?
knew he was blind.
Nobody did.
It's just crazy.
Nobody's blind. I mean, nobody
Nobody's
knew.
blind,
But
huh?
then you hit the very end when,
then you
when they
see it
reveal
throughout
it,
the
and then
whole
you
movie.
see, you're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one of the- it's one
and
of
it
those
was like
things-
crazy how they did it. Like
It's one of those
it wasn't
things you
like,
look back.
oh, he's blind.
Right.
It was like they opened the Bible and it's in Braille.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's funny because
Crazy.
once you find out he's blind and you go watch that movie again, it's like a whole new movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dope thing about it. But no, that's a good movie. I mean, all of them. John Q.
Yep.
Under Siege. All his
Inside-
movies.
Inside
Are
Or the ones where he works at the Home Depot or whatever.
Equalizer, yeah.
Oh my god.
The
The,
third one was
ending
fire,
of
too.
them.
The third one is fire.
The first one, just
all of them. Are
All of
sick.
them, brother.
But 1 and 3
All
are
of
probably my favorite.
them. Worst
when
movie
he
ever.
gets the nail gun and he.
Worst movie you guys have seen
There's a lot of them,
Oh,
bro.
worst
off
movie?
the top of your head.
There's
You know,
lot
I
of
was
them.
thinking about that the other day. I don't remember what movie it is. There's
There's
been
this
movies I
stupid
walked out
low-budget
on.
movie.
Hold on.
I don't remember what it
Please don't
is, but I've walked out on some movies.
Same. I walked out on. It was kind of a recent movie within the last 2 years. Hold on, it was the one with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. It was like Duel or something, like Medieval Times
I haven't
movie.
even been to the movie theater in a long time.
Go watch Horizon. But listen,
I can watch somewhere else.
I was just thinking of this the other day, and I said, we'll bring it up. Were you guys? I know you were, but I don't know how old you were. But we were sitting as a family at a movie theater watching Mars Attacks.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that movie, Mars Attacks? Just
Mhm.
dumb movie. About 8. You remember Mars Attacks?
Yeah, what about it though?
And we're sitting there and we're watching it, and our cousin comes out on the screen.
Oh no,
As a waiter.
No,
it
you're talking
wasn't
about. It
Mars
was in
Attacks. It's a comedy movie called.
was
with
it Night at the
Marvin.
Roxbury?
No, it's with Marvin. It's not that one. It's where
Rat Race.
No.
No.
Oh gosh, what's the name of it?
No, it's.
Wasn't it Mars Attacks?
I think
had nothing with
it wasn't Night at the Roxbury.
No,
No, it wasn't
gosh,
It was a.
We're gonna text you. He was a server at the Peppermint
Right.
Casino. No, it wasn't Mars Attack or Rat Race or.
I think it was Rat Race.
No, it wasn't about that.
But anyway, we're sitting there as kids. We didn't even know he came out.
Yeah,
in this.
we thought he was.
We're all, that's our cousin.
We had a famous cousin. Yeah,
Dang, it's gonna bug me now.
we're gonna remember the
And
name.
it wasn't like he came out. It was like he had a scene where he talked and stuff, but he's a waiter.
And then when he's recycling the food,
Right.
then he give it to someone else or whatever. Gosh, it was like a comedy movie.
Speaking
But
of good
that was
movies.
funny.
Have you guys seen Reservoir Dogs
Of course.
with Quentin Tarantino directed it?
Yeah.
He's in it too.
We've
But
seen all of them.
that was a good movie.
Favorite director.
I think there's
Pulp
You can't really
Fiction.
pick one. Oh, this is like worse. This is just a lot of bad movies.
Jackie Robinson. You never seen that?
That's a good movie.
The
Quentin
baseball one?
Tarantino? No.
There's a Jackie Robinson.
I think that's the name of
That's
it.
the name of the baseball player.
That's
Yeah,
the
but that-
baseball movie.
Yeah, but that's a Quentin Tarantino movie as well.
Jackie.
Jackie Robinson.
You gotta look it up,
No, bro, it's gonna be a big sex moment.
dude. Inglorious Bastards is a good one too.
Oh.
That
It's a good one.
Pulp Fiction.
lot of people don't-
Reservoir Dogs.
is it Jackie Brown?
Oh, The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I hate
That
that.
movie was
But I don't think
nuts.
there's a Jackie Robinson from Quentin.
Oh, Jackie Brown. Sorry.
Yeah, Jackie Brown.
That's the first movie I
Kill
ever
Bill.
saw.
Kill Bill.
1 and 2.
Yeah, Kill Bill.
One was
Yeah.
beast. I like the first one better.
crazy.
Death
Proof. Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah, with
gosh,
the
that
stunt- the
movie
stunt
is
drivers.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, Death Proof was good. Yeah, it was good. Django.
Unchained.
Hey,
That's a great
so
movie.
many quotables, but we can't say
Oh
them.
man.
So many quotables that we can't say on the air.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of horrible movies out there.
Name one that you saw. They were like, "This is dumb."
There's one. It was a lower budget movie. I remember when we walked out, or we saw it at somebody's house, and I remember I fell asleep. It's called The Tracker, with what's the Russian's guy named that Rocky?
Is it Dolph?
Dolph Lundgren.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. Just watch the trailer.
Is it the one where he's in the
Tracker.
forest and stuff?
No, I think he's like an ex-military guy, and somebody gets kidnapped, and he gets a team together to go rescue him. But the lines, that's what it gets me. It's like the lines and the acting. That's
Just
when
bad
it's
acting.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and it's so cheesy. I remember that movie. Like it got me mad. I don't get mad at movies that are dumb. I just think they're dumb. That one
Yeah.
got me mad. It was that
The movie
bad.
I was telling him, the movie that like, it's dark mentally. The Joker with
Oh,
Joaquin
I
Phoenix.
still haven't seen it.
What about it?
Like, I was like, my mind was blown for a day of how dark it was, like emotionally, not just like the cinematography is freaking beautiful in that movie, but like the story and everything. You're just like, holy
I gotta watch
crap.
that. I haven't watched
Have you seen
it.
it?
Yeah, of course. I think the other one though was even. Oh, I don't want to say the other one was darker, but I think Heath Ledger did a better Joker.
Best.
Oh, the Dark Knight. That was a sick movie. But
What do you think is the
I think he's
best
the best Joker.
best
best Batman
series of all times that you've watched?
in movies
No, like
TV
or TV shows?
Sopranos, obviously. for me.
Sopranos.
I've seen it like 7 times.
Same.
Full.
For
Have
me,
you
would
seen
be-
House of Cards?
No, I've been wanting to.
It's great.
Sopranos, and there was this cop show called Southland.
Southland was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
I remember that.
You guys remember that show? It was on FX called The Shield.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
that
good
show.
one too.
That was a good
I
one.
haven't seen it. I know you guys watched it. I never saw it though.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
He's a he's a
Sons of
cool
Anarchy.
detective.
Oh, Sons.
Peaky Blinder. Have you seen the Peaky Blinders?
Man,
Peaky Blinders.
no,
Breaking
it's
Bad.
it's a Breaking Bad. I've seen
The
that a couple
Ozarks.
You need to watch Peaky Blinders if you haven't seen.
times. I
Peaky
started
Blinders.
seeing those arcs. Pretty good.
It's like Peaky Blinders is like Sons of Anarchy, but like back in the day with like British dudes.
Oh, in London. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I like that show a lot.
Yeah, good acting.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay,
like
so I know you speak highly of the Ozarks. I still haven't had a chance to see it.
it's a good
It's a
show.
good show.
I heard
It's
it's
one of the
super
best
long
ones.
though, right? Like a lot of lot of seasons.
4 seasons.
Oh.
It's one of the best shows out there. It's a good story to it. Good. I think it was based on a true story too.
Because I know there was a Ozark killer, but I don't know if it had
So
anything to do
this
with
was
that.
based on a true story out of a family in the Chicago area. And they moved to the Ozarks, and that's where the fun
No,
starts.
I'm thinking Zodiac killer. My bad.
Yeah.
not
No,
Ozark.
it's a good show. Like when I found out that it was based on this dude's like true story, I was like, oh dang, it's crazy.
It's a good show. Like right from the first episode,
Yeah,
It
it starts
gets
from the
you.
beginning. That's why it doesn't take it doesn't have to lay out the story. Like it starts.
it's
from the
like
get-go.
Sons. The first
Really?
episode gets you.
There's this
It's a
show
good show.
that my wife and I watch. I think it's
Naked and Afraid.
Okay, hold on.
The
No,
Office.
no, I hate The Office. I hate.
Oh,
Office.
I
Jeff
love
loves
The
it, though.
I
Office.
hate The Office, bro.
You
It's
like
so,
white humor though. You're weird like that.
Yeah,
No
well,
offense to white people.
no, I liked it when it was originally out. But like I like it because of like the references that that
No, yeah.
I get for like training people and stuff, and when I
Mm.
do like stuff, there's like first aid stuff, and then there's like a fire extinguisher training stuff. It's funny. It's good
No,
stuff.
I know what you're saying. But talking to that, I know we've talked about it. It's funny how there's different humor with different cultures.
And it's like
know what I
humor
mean? It's
where
like-
where it probably won't work nowadays, but it
No,
was funny
definitely
back
won't,
then.
Yeah,
And it was like people would have like house parties
yeah
to
people
watch it
love
every
that show.
Thursday.
I never got
Yeah.
into it.
It was
I know
funny.
you got into The Walking Dead for a while.
I did, but gosh,
never got into
it was
that.
dope.
It
the
just
first,
got long.
It was
Just
dope.
dragged.
It was dope the first 7 seasons.
the
Gosh,
first
I
12
think it's
seasons.
like 13. I don't know how many seasons there are now. Now they just do it because people buy it. It makes money,
Yeah.
but they don't know what to think. Like it's endless. It's endless now. There's like it's boring now.
You know what series is
And then
good?
there's 1,000 spin-offs off of that now. It's just like
On
they should've
Showtime,
capped it.
Billion or
Billions?
Billions. Oh man, that have you ever seen that?
The name sounds familiar.
Take the time and watch it. That is
There's
a good
two
series.
shows that I liked, that I enjoyed, but it was one of those that like I wouldn't watch again. Not in any bad way, but it was like one of those things that I don't want to like mess it
Oh,
up.
duh, Tulsa King.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one of the
Oh,
best
yeah.
ones out
That
there.
one was fire.
Season 2's coming, baby. Tulsa.
Um,
It's not the
So,
best acting,
dude,
but
it's-
yeah,
it's
that's dope.
it's entertaining.
on
that's
on
dope. That's a
Apple
dope
TV. What is it called? About the whole fentanyl thing, or the pharmaceutical thing. Crap.
A movie or
Naked and
documentary?
Afraid.
Severance.
Never heard about it.
It's really good. And then there's one on Netflix. It drags, but like the story's kind of cool, called Your Honor, with the guy from Breaking Bad.
Never heard of it.
It's pretty dope. But my wife does like Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, you guys made me watch.
We
two-
didn't make
That's
you
like
do
white- that's like
anything.
white
You
people
guys
stuff.
made me watch 2
We didn't-
episodes.
No,
of that
we didn't
crap.
make you do. You sat there.
It's
That's like
so
white people stuff.
dumb.
You sat there and watched it all.
All right, so let's talk about it.
You like that?
No,
Sarah
You
does.
wasted
it was
your
dumb.
time
But
on
anyway,
My wife does.
Naked and Afraid, huh?
Yeah. They literally go.
Would you do that?
Heck no.
That's stupid.
Heck no. Especially because they go. They get naked. They have to do 21 or 40 days, whatever the case is. And then if they complete the thing,
There's nothing to it.
there's no like, oh, you just won 10 grand. It's like,
Congratulations, you survived.
There's no prize.
no, there's just
That's
bragging rights.
Stupid.
And
There's
then
no prize.
There's people that.
What are you
bro,
competing for?
There's people that go back.
What are you competing for?
to challenge
Lucky?
yourself to see if
Challenge-
you
yeah.
can do
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Challenge your survival skills.
It's so dumb.
That's,
dumb. It's dumb.
That's dumb. That's stupid.
And there's
If
people
you're
that
wasting
like.
your time on that.
There's people that come back.
Oh wow.
And then, oh, I've done this before. We can do it again.
But anyway,
Mm.
you made me sit through 2 episodes.
I didn't
of
make
that.
you do nothing, brother.
Dude, I don't know how you can do that, especially if there's no competition. There's no reward.
You're just
At least like a gift card or something. Sheesh.
yeah. You get nothing. You get
How do they get people to buy into that?
Oh, you
you know
got,
those people that are like, oh, I
you
got.
got those people.
You got those people that are like, oh, I could do this.
I'm just saying. I mean, it
Yeah.
takes a special kind of people to do that.
You
But I mean, I'd do it if there was a prize for $1 million.
Yeah.
Put me out there in the woods for 16 days naked. Not gonna be afraid. I'll be naked though,
You'll be afraid, bro.
and I will survive.
You would be
and
afraid.
I will hunt whatever, fish, whatever.
if
But
there is a
if there's a
mountain,
prize,
if there's a mountain lion breathing on you, you're gonna.
that was crazy. That episode.
You're gonna pee. See, you enjoyed it.
There was a what was it? A puma or
something,
leopard
something stupid like that.
sniffing their butts
Their tent.
in their tent, like literally, and it was dark, so they couldn't. They could hear something like walking
Do
around.
they let you take any weapons or anything?
Nope.
Or
So they give you a bag. You
Here's
can
the
take-
expert
you
on
can
naked
take
and afraid.
One thing, and they give you a map and a pot.
you get to choose the one thing.
Like people take
Yeah,
rope.
then I'd take a freaking gun.
You can't. You can. It's
You
either
just said you get to
no,
pick
but
one
like
thing.
it's either like a knife, rope, a fire starter.
Take an axe
Like a lot of people go with like machetes and stuff like
or a
that. so-
sword.
This guy this guy made a basket out of like twigs and stuff, and instead of like going out to fish, literally like scoop stuff up, he put it in the water and it would check it like every day. It's like, oh, maybe a fish went in there, and he'd go in there and nothing. I'm like,
That's a
dude,
dumb
fish.
show. How can people watch that?
There was one guy, bro. This homie killed a cow
That's crazy.
in Africa.
Good for him.
So they were set with beef jerky, steak.
Yeah, but those cows in Africa, bro, they're not even.
No.
they're
They're cows, bro. Meat is
malnourished.
meat.
Bro,
No, what I'm saying is they're malnourished. It's probably not that hard to kill it.
no, bro.
Right, that's
It
what
was
I'm saying.
huge.
It's not gonna run,
It was
right?
like
Yeah.
600, 700 pounds.
That was probably like the best fed.
So
naked
they
and
were
afraid.
like, "Oh, we got this now."
from the
bro.
beginning, or what?
Yeah. You guys remember when you guys used to play cops and robbers as kids?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
I mean, we used to play
You
all
guys
the
took
time.
it serious. No, not all the time. It was when our cousins went over to the house in Arizona.
We took it very serious.
It wasn't vaguely. How do you vaguely remember
No, but I
that
don't-
you would make people, if you would catch them, you would make them drink coffee and water, like just mixed. Like what the
I
heck?
don't remember.
Bro, I
all that.
tied-
I think for me it was like
I
a
tied
blur.
one of our cousins in our garage in Arizona and left him in there for hours. And then I would come in as he was tied, and I would make him coffee with cold water and make him drink.
Yeah.
And then I would leave again.
God.
It's pretty much
I
torture.
I remember we used to do it a lot.
It was
I
like
don't
for
remember.
real.
Yeah, it was good times.
I don't remember it all. a lot.
You don't remember?
No. If you remember the one time though, where we didn't want to go to school.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't even know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, we hid in the garage.
We hid in the garage. But we kicked it at the house for all day. And then when we knew our sister was gonna come, because she would come home walking, we went to the garage and waited for her to come in, and nobody.
I
but-
remember
no,
that
but
day
remember
clearly.
what came out of that? The stupid fire extinguisher went off. Remember? We had a fire extinguisher in the garage, and it went off. But it went off just like the powder, all white powder everywhere.
I do remember
Yeah.
that.
Like we had thought we got away with it, but somehow
Well, we got in trouble.
Yeah, we got in trouble. We got caught because of the fire extinguisher.
Like-
Because at the beginning we didn't get caught, so we're like, "Oh, it's dope." And I don't know if it was mom or dad that went into the garage, and that fire extinguisher
was
exploded.
covered with
Everything, so everything was covered with that white powder, and we got caught. That's the way we got caught. We thought we had a.
So
plan.
we used to walk to school in
Yeah.
the morning because we weren't like you, where they used to drive you every day.
Yeah.
We used to
Why
have
are
to
you
walk
hating, bro? What the heck? It's your fault for hating.
because you
Took
used to
a-
get driven to school even
Took
when
a
we lived
tall
like
glass of haterade this morning.
2 blocks from the house,
Yeah, that's true.
and
Hey.
we used to have to walk like 3 miles, 4 miles in the heat.
Now look at you. You're a good man.
Anyway,
So you're welcome.
so we're like, all right, let's go. We're like, we don't want to go to school today, so let's unlock the garage, and then we'll go into the garage until everybody leaves, and then we'll because I think Sarah, they used to take her to school.
Yeah.
Right?
So then we'll just go back in the house.
Yeah.
And take it.
So we
left the
kicked in the
sliding door
house.
open.
We went in the house, and we also used to leave remember the back window by our parents'
Yeah,
room,
because there was a ledge.
because there was a ledge there. We used to hop on it and
Yeah.
climb in. I was a
wouldn't do
little.
that.
Yeah.
Then I know we were like, okay, because our sister would come home like at a certain time, so we're like, let's go in the garage 10, 15 minutes before
I think
that,
she's the
and
one
then-
that ratted us out.
Well, I remember that she got home. We waited like half an hour. Then we went in and we had our backpacks.
And we sat there in the freaking garage.
We had our backpacks and everything, so it was hot. So we came out. We were like, but then we thought we had gotten away with it, and then somehow the stupid fire extinguisher went off or exploded in the garage, and somebody went in the garage, and it
I
was
think
all,
you were
it was
messing
white
with
powder.
it.
So, yeah, maybe it was. I just remember it went off, and for the longest time there was just white
Everything was
residue
covered.
everywhere, and then we got in trouble.
Because we're Latino families don't use the garage
Yeah.
for their
No,
vehicles.
you use it for storage.
It's a
or
story.
fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
You never put a car into a storage. It's either it becomes a bedroom for family
or storage.
Storage.
Because I remember one of our houses, the garage was your bedroom.
Yeah.
But it was big.
Oh,
We had a nice
man,
setup.
I
That
had
was a
carpet,
big room.
AC.
You had an
Then the more I
office.
thought about it, I was like, yo, this is dangerous because it wasn't up to code. I know that for a fact.
Oh, absolutely not.
It
The
was,
boiler
though.
was in
No,
there.
It wasn't. The
The
boiler
boiler-
was in there, bro, and
Yeah.
it wasn't covered or anything.
Gas
it was not up
line.
to.
But I had
the
like
dude-
a king size bed and a
you
desk.
had a big.
and-
It was because it was wide, and then you had that whole space to yourself.
right. It was awesome because it had a door to the outside too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I used to sneak in all the time.
Nobody would know.
Nope.
But yeah, I remember that time. We did a lot of crazy things back then.
Like
It was
what?
fun. Like that.
Like what else?
Like that.
Share a story.
I don't
You were
remember.
probably like in kindergarten back then.
Probably.
You were younger. I don't remember off the top of my head right now.
Remember when you used to get in trouble for watching wrestling?
Because I almost killed you.
No, it was
That's
before
what it
that.
was. No, it was that because I almost killed you. Then mom and dad were like, oh, look what it's doing to you. You're not gonna watch it. So I used to watch it like
Yeah, I think
behind their backs.
remember one time you hit the wall, remember?
No, I flipped him and he knocked out for like 2 minutes and I thought he was dead. And I was trying to wake him up. He finally woke up. And then he snitched. And then he snitched.
Well, hell yeah, you almost killed me.
And then he snitched. And then mom and
Shoot.
dad were mad. So like I would watch it. Like I
How
remember,
come I don't remember
it
this?
was Monday nights and Thursday nights, and I'd hide in their room and watch it while they were like in the living room or whatever. And they would come in, I'd change the channel, and I would always have to watch it like that. It was crazy. They didn't let me watch it.
My dad had one of those pay-per-view boxes.
Granted, we only had that for like 2-3 days because you literally got every channel you can think of. So
Everything.
Dad's like, because you got every channel. And Dad's like, nope. And
That's
we're like,
insane.
we're all mad because at first we're like, yo.
Where did he even
that's
get
the-
that?
It was a
Bro,
sketchy friend that
so-
he had.
Yeah.
This dude
That-
that worked, and I think
The
he
guy that
worked
used
for
to drive
some-
the guy that
No,
used to
it-
drive a Cadillac, remember?
It
like
was
the
this
old
dude that
school-
Oh,
he
yeah.
sold a whole like all
That
kinds
guy-
of things.
That guy had
It was
he
a.
had like a 50s Cadillac and he'd drive
he
around.
used to sell furniture too.
Well, he
But
used to
listen,
sell everything. That's
the
why.
Mexican guy, right? Pepe.
If you open
His name was Pepe.
Yep.
if you open his glove compartment, he had hot sauce in there.
He used to he just would sell random stuff. And then I remember I think we were at his house one day for
He
like
had the big dice.
Because
we-
Dad did all
we
his
were at his
paperwork.
house. Yeah,
That's
we were
why.
at his house for a carne asada one day, and we were watching movies or whatever, and we're like, oh yeah, he had it was like a black gray box.
Right.
Didn't even have a name, and it was sketchy
Yeah,
as
it's just
heck.
a-
And he's like, yo, I get everything you want. And then he's like, hey, do you want it, Herman? Dad's like, yeah. We came and set it up, and next 2 days,
Bow,
at the
chicka,
house,
wow, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of
we're
one
flipping
chicken,
through the
one, one.
channels, and then we're trying to watch the guys as a family.
And it was when it was like,
They're going
psh,
That was
you know, you
bad.
get
It was
the-
pretty clear.
It was pretty.
yeah,
clear.
yeah, but you hook it up and then it starts like getting clear.
What do you?
Yeah, I
Put
don't
your
know
hands
that.
down. What are you doing?
And then Dad's
Freak.
like, nope.
Nope.
You sick
And then
freak.
took that. I remember I was.
You remember he would
sad.
come back with like random pieces of furniture,
He would come with random stuff.
and then that guy
It's funny
he
that you
ended
look
up
back.
opening a restaurant. It was really good,
Right.
a taco shop.
You look back and
He named
there's always that.
he named the sandwich after my dad.
Yeah.
There's
The
always
menu.
there's always that.
The Herman
The
special.
Herman special. I
There's
remember
always that weird guy in your family. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't related to us, but it was like he was an uncle
Mhm.
to us. Like
So,
he was a cool dude.
that
but it was,
guy-
like, some sketchy stuff.
It was him and Castillo. Remember Castillo?
Around that time, that guy opened that restaurant, and then
Mhm.
I was invited to go to like a special school, like a charter school they were opening,
Oh yeah.
and it was only like 100 kids, and it was at a church. It was a secular school, but they used a building from the church, but they needed to feed the kids right for during lunch, so they had a contract with him. They made a contract. I don't know how he got that contract, but he would bring us lunch from his restaurant every day.
Nice.
And since
Dang,
he was my dad's friend, he would bring me too.
Dang.
Every day he'd bring lunches.
That sounds pretty fire.
Yeah,
I don't know.
looking back at it, like this guy
He'd
was
bring me
sketchy.
the Herman special sandwich from his
Yeah,
restaurant.
he was sketchy, but he was cool. But yeah, I remember that. And
Yeah.
that box
Dad,
of
it's because like
cereal.
dad, he always did.
That's the thing about our family is especially with that, like we've seen like all kinds of people come through. One time, this was like what, like 10 years ago?
It had to be more,
I
'cause I've been
showed-
here 10 years.
I showed up in El Centro. I showed up to the house, and there is a lady sleeping on our
the African lady.
yeah.
Oh, the couch.
The
yeah.
African
She was
lady.
the nurse.
sleeping-
She was a nurse.
I'm like, who the heck is this? Because she had a wig and she left the wig like on the side.
Well,
I'm
it's because
like,
that's how
Mom, I'm like, what's going on?
that's how hospitable mom and dad
Right.
were. That
They're like,
that's one thing
oh,
that we've
they're-
taken
Should we put
from
mom
them,
on camera?
She's a nurse.
That they would care for anybody. Like if you walked in and you were hungry,
They're like,
you
oh,
were gonna
we
get fat.
went to the hospital.
She's a
and
traveling nurse, bro. She's from LA.
We met this nurse and she's Christian and she's so we let her. I'm like,
Needed
what
a place to
the
crash.
Heck?
Yeah.
She made some good rice though.
Do you
one
guys
time.
know the time that we got arrested because of their hospitality?
Time out.
Yeah. So one time, my dad's
Oh.
in the hospital, obviously, in the ER, and he calls my mom and says, "Hey, come pick me up." So my mom's like, let's go pick him up. So we go pick him up at the ER, and I'm waiting in the car, and you guys don't know about this?
No,
Go, so, I mean, yeah,
And they're
I
walking
remember.
from the
I'm
ER.
intrigued.
My dad with his release papers from the hospital, and my mom walking with him. And I see they stop, and they're talking to this lady, like this pregnant lady. I'm like, oh, here we go. But anyway, next thing I know, they're coming to the vehicle, my vehicle,
Jeez.
with this lady because they're gonna go feed her, right? And so they're getting into
Where
the
were
vehicle.
we living?
El Centro,
Where though? What else?
the last one.
Imperial?
780 Hamilton.
No, that was
Yes.
Hamilton. That was Hamilton.
But anyway, they get in the vehicle. She gets into this vehicle, my vehicle. I'm like, whatever. We get swarmed, surrounded by undercover cops.
Well, we probably weren't there because I don't remember. That.
He was there. It was his car.
No, I wasn't there.
No.
I don't remember that.
We get surrounded by undercover border patrol agents, and they bust out their guns and everything.
I don't
There's like
remember
10
that.
of them undercover, and they take my dad out, and then they take my mom out. They take the lady and they put her in a vehicle, and then they start handcuffing my mom and my dad, and then I lose my mind, and I go over there and I say, "What are you doing? He's just released from the hospital. You better stop." Anyway, they're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna take him." So they took my mom in
I don't
one
remember
vehicle.
that. What the
They
heck?
took my dad in a separate vehicle, and then I said, "Let me talk to your supervisor, whatever." I got into it with them, and then I said, first of all, you guys didn't read them their Miranda rights. You're
Yeah.
undercover. You didn't say who you were. You better, before I call an attorney, you better bring your supervisor." Well, they brought their supervisor, and I told the supervisor everything that happened. He's like,
Sovereign City
Bring-
over here.
"Bring them back. Bring them back." Just because I told him you didn't read their Miranda rights and you handcuffed them.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Bring him back." Anyway, they're like, "Well, we've been following her since this morning." This was like 7:00 p.m. And we've been following her since the morning. She crossed. She was trying to give birth on this side.
Yeah.
And they thought I was the
The smuggler.
smuggler.
Jeez.
And
But then why didn't they try to arrest you?
well,
They
they
thought you were the
thought we
smuggler.
were the group of smugglers, my dad and my mom,
But why did they arrest mom and dad and not you?
because I was arguing with them, and I told them if you put handcuffs on me, I'm gonna sue you. And then they brought my mom back in one car, then they brought my dad back in another car. They didn't bring her back, obviously, but I said I let them have a piece of my mind because at that time I was actually gonna join the Border Patrol. I had passed all the stuff and whatever, and I said, "All right, so." Because the supervisor like, "Whoa, you should join me." I'm like, "Bro,"
No.
I'm like, "I am not gonna spend 12 hours following a pregnant woman at a hospital. No thanks."
Jeez.
But anyway, yeah, because of their hospitality,
I vaguely remember that.
it's
I don't
crazy.
remember that at all.
Anyway, all kinds of random people.
Yeah.
Remember there
We've
was
done
like
random stuff.
like back in '95. There was like some Brazilian people in our house. We were
Yeah.
watching the World
They
Cup
were
with the
from
Brazilians.
Vegas. They were from Vegas.
Yeah.
But they were.
At some point, my dad was friends with like some Christian clowns. Remember that? They played saxophone.
The motorcycle dudes in Vegas.
Yeah, all
Well, it's
kinds
because
of-
They played saxophone.
with the work
He's a
that
clown.
with the work that Dad did
He just-
as an accountant and all that and paralegal, he just had a lot of friends everywhere, and he did a lot of favors. So a lot of people owed him favors
Right.
and stuff, and just Dad would either come home with something random
or like all kinds
someone
of
random.
all kinds of pastors or missionaries from like Bolivia or
Yeah.
just random people would be at the house.
But I think that was dope though, because we learned.
Yeah,
a lot.
we learned
And-
a lot.
And,
Remember when
and
you
I
lived
think
in
that goes
Mexico?
Back to us being, for
You
like
got an
6
apartment
months.
in Mexico? That was random,
I
bro.
think that helped us. That helped us become, more hospitable. With us and people.
What other
yeah.
people do you remember being at the
I know
house?
there was a couple other weird ones. There was obviously that lady that we have a story about.
Okay.
Can I share
She
that,
was
please?
there.
No.
Please.
No.
When I
not
look
yet.
back at it, I mean, it's not gonna. I mean,
That's
it's not gonna. Say
some
something.
other time. But other people,
Yeah, like that one.
That one.
Let me see.
There was this guy.
We had a lot of people that
in,
stayed at our house for a period of time.
There was this guy. His name is. It wasn't
Well, his name
William,
doesn't matter.
but he was from Guatemala. He was from LA back in the day, but he was like, Dad brought him from. He's from LA. He used to go to our church, and he's like, he remembers you. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, bro.
well,
His
yeah.
name was William with the N. At the
Yeah,
end.
we had a lot of just.
It was not William.
I think I think it just we became numb to it. It became normal to us.
Right.
Well,
became
for other
normal.
people, it didn't. Because I remember we would have our friends come over and there'd be like a random person at the house, and even they got used to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when Michael
Yep.
would come over all the time, and
But then we
then just random people would be there, but then he would get used to it. So
Is
he'd
that
be like,
mom?
What's up?
Is that mom?
Yeah.
Should
So
we
it
put
was
her on
just no. She's doing her thing. We'll get her next time.
You
But that
remember
was
your
funny.
Toyota Yaris?
I think it was a champ, and it was.
It was not a champ.
we saw
It was a
one.
champ,
It was
yeah,
a,
we
it
did
was a
that.
tin can,
We
brother.
did, no, I think
No,
it
it
was
was
a
a
champ.
champ,
We
bro.
did so much things in that car.
This is how
We
I know
had
it was
so
a tin
many-
can. We did a lot
had-
of stuff in
no,
that car.
You weren't
yes.
even there though. Like a lot of times when we did this stuff,
Yeah.
like
Bro, one
there was
time.
a point where I had like it was like 7 or 8 people in our car.
Yeah,
remember?
I was there
in Mexico.
in one of those times.
It was
One
like, we
time
did so much
we
stuff.
were going to church at we played at Christ Community in El Centro, and we were like, let's get some breakfast.
Yeah,
Who played at Christ Community?
Him and I. You were
Yeah.
You're doing your
Yep,
thing.
you were just wild boy. We were at Burger King in the drive-thru, and Jonathan asked for a specific sandwich or specific.
I just asked for
something.
breakfast.
Right.
And
But
it
it was like
it was a cutoff. for
7:30, brother.
breakfast. No.
Yeah, they didn't have what you wanted.
No, it was just breakfast. I think it was whatever the time was. They
was
didn't
a
have any more
cutoff.
breakfast. It was a cutoff. So I was like, hey, I want
Must have
this.
been like 10:30 or
And I,
something.
we
I don't
just, and
think
I
so.
just
But
wanted
anyway.
breakfast, and then they didn't have
So
it.
this guy yells at the speaker. He's like, "Hey, do you have this?" No, we don't. Doesn't say anything else. The next words that come out of his mouth are, "All right, thank you for shopping at Walmart. Bye." And he puts it in reverse.
But I didn't.
No,
see
no, no,
the- no,
stop.
But, I
Oh,
want
no,
to
no,
say
wait,
no,
just
no.
wait, just
I
wait,
want to say
just
why I
wait.
put it in reverse. I won't say anything else. I put it in reverse because I didn't think there was anybody else behind us. So it was gonna be a lot quicker to get out right there and go right here.
Yeah,
than go
okay,
around.
anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, hold
He
on,
hit
no.
it. He said, "Thank you for shopping at Walmart." Reverse. Boom.
It was this big
He
old
hits the back
Dodge
of
truck,
a
bro.
Dodge Ram, bro. The
And
guy
I
gets
wanted
out.
to back up, but I did it all fast.
The guy
Trying to be
gets
all
out of
cool.
his truck, looks at his truck, and he's like, "I'm fine."
And I had
This
a dent in my
guy's
bumper.
dent was like all in. You
It was-
remember?
it
You
was
remember
my
that
bu-
dent
my
in his
bumper
car?
was- my bumper was dented.
It was.
But I was trying to get out that way to go
Yeah,
faster.
we had so many stories in that vehicle. Remember one time we got pulled over in Mexico?
And we fought it. I wasn't gonna let him because
I fought it.
that was I fought that.
So
I
this
passed
old-
the yellow
this old
light and
guy-
he was trying to get money out of me. I was
Hold on,
like,
let
nope.
him tell the story.
This old guy in a motorcycle cop, right, pulls us over. And
¿Cómo le vamos a
obviously
hacer?
we had California plates, so obviously he pulls us over because he wants,
They want
Wants
money.
money.
Anyway, he pulls us over and he goes, "You know why I stopped you?"
And
In
yeah,
Spanish,
I was like,
obviously.
no.
And then he was like, "No, why?" He's like, "You passed the yellow light."
Yeah, and I was like, that's fine.
And we were like, "What's wrong with that?"
Okay.
He's like,
You're supposed to stop at a yellow light.
"No, no." He goes, "Well, no. Then you passed a red light."
Yeah, he tried to change it.
And then
quick.
I'm like,
he
there
said it was
like-
yellow going into red. I'm like, bro, no.
There's like 5 cars behind us that passed the light too, and he stopped us.
Mhm.
Right? I'm like, nope, Not gonna happen. Not today.
And then he tells me, because what they say is like, all right, so how are we gonna fix this? What that means is how much money you're gonna give me so I can let you go. And I told him no, I'm not gonna give you anything. I told him that, and then we fought it. I'm like no, and he's like, all right, well you're gonna have to follow me to headquarters. I'm like, okay, we followed them to
I have a crazy story about headquarters that time too, but I can't say it.
We followed them. We followed them
Mexico.
to headquarters. We explained the clerk lady, what happened, and then like a half an hour later, they just let us go.
No, because I asked to speak to the judge, and I
Was it the judge? that we
Yeah,
spoke
I
to?
told
Okay.
to the judge what
That's what it was then.
he said, and the judge is like, well, get him over here and let them go. But anyway, we were there for like 5 hours. But anyway, a lot of stories in that little car, bro. We used to go play soccer.
Sometimes what dude is so you're yours. Think of a Corolla, but probably even smaller.
Stick shift.
And stick shift. One time we had 8 people in that car.
Just crazy.
8 people, bro. And that's not even a van. We had 2 dudes laid on top of the people like that with their feet sticking out the window.
Right.
But it was dope, man. It was
I remember
dope.
one time, this guy made me go, like, we had to put gas. And he made me go to the gas station, like the cashier.
Where, Mexico?
No, in the U.S. Gives me $2. He didn't want. It was his money, but he didn't want to do it because he was too embarrassed.
This
to give the
was
guy
probably
$2.
2008 when the recession was going on.
I don't care.
Right. And a
recession.
Yaris stick shift.
$2 went a long way, bro.
I don't
That'd get
care.
you-
I
That'd
don't
get you
care.
from Calexico to El
Yeah,
Centro.
$2 would do
easily.
you good back then, bro. We were balling back then. but-
$2, bro.
Hey,
Because he was embarrassed to do it himself.
did you make it home?
Yeah.
That was not
I
my
remember
problem.
I got you a snack, though.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
With
No,
$2?
you didn't.
Cheetos.
No, you didn't. I didn't get crap because you didn't even go into the gas station. I did.
That's why I told you go get some
And
chips.
you were very obedient, and you did what you were
No,
told.
I was like, this guy.
Oh, my gosh. You just killed it.
You gotta edit that out.
This guy's not gonna do it, so I am gonna have to do it.
Right.
But I remember you got something.
No,
out
I
of it.
didn't. I haven't got nothing yet.
Well, okay, yeah. You got something out of it. Something,
Nothing,
bro.
Nothing,
That was man, we did so many
bro.
things
Let's
that-
share the story. It's time.
Which one?
No, stop.
When you think about it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, but it's not the time yet. It's gotta be the right
It's
time.
pretty great.
It's his story, so we gotta let
All
him.
right, all
When
right.
he says you can, it's his story.
The Yaris.
Who
huh?
shared-
It's kind of all of our story though, because we were all there. It's
Yeah,
not just
but
your
how about the
story.
one when we were driving here? It was like 5 a.m. We were driving to South Dakota when you were moving.
That one can wait too.
That one can wait.
Yeah, 'cause that
Dang
was
it,
good.
bro.
What happened there?
We'll wait. Until we tell you.
It's
We'll
very
wait.
similar to
Yeah.
you.
It's nice though.
That one can wait.
Yeah. I was
You
dead-
remember-
I was dead tired though. but yeah.
You remember when we used to go to church in Mexico? Before, like 2 hours or an hour before, we would pray and like we were all at the altar and whatever.
Dude, the things we did back then, I look back, I'm like, sheesh.
Could we? The New Year's?
Nah, not what we can.
Dang it, bro!
We can't. 'Cause that's
Anyway,
messed up.
you remember when you fell asleep when you were praying?
One time, but that was dope. 'Cause I played
During the
rock.
service.
I fell asleep.
Now, granted, I was
No,
like
it was-
13 years old.
Right.
14.
But
You were
like
young.
16, brother.
No, because this was in Arizona, bro.
This was in Mexicali.
No, this
No, because
is
I was
Bullhead City.
playing congas.
I was there. We were on the same worship
this
team,
was
dude.
another one because
This was in Bullhead City.
I did it in Bullhead. I was playing congas.
Well, you probably were too
Percussion.
little to remember this, but let me tell you this story. We played the service, and there was chairs right behind the altar or the pulpit.
But it was
And
one
the
of those
pastor came up and he started preaching, so everybody went to their
But it
seat.
was one of those services, because we grew up Pentecostal, so it was one of those services that,
Director.
fire came down type thing. You know what? If you're
But
Pentecostal,
anyway,
you know what I mean.
The
So it
pastor
one of
was
those
already
services.
preaching. The worship team had already all
Yeah.
sat down, and this guy is behind the pastor,
On my
and
knees.
he's
I was on my
knelt
knees.
on a chair. Like everybody's like, "Wow, he's praying," and he's there the whole time while the pastor.
So now let me give you my perspective. I'm there, and so we grew up in a Pentecostal church.
But
For those of you that know it,
Time
by the
out.
way, that was fun.
Also, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because we used to, we were young, like 13, 14, but we used to get up like at 6 or 7, and we used to go play basketball with Josh and John
pastor's kids, and
on the
we just had-
weekends.
It was
So
long
it was
weekends.
like, those days were like super long,
Well,
and
it
then
was-
we go get ready for church. And then, mind you, we not only went to church, like you go to church and you just sit down and play, we had to set up all of our equipment every service and take it down. So like we put the speakers, set up the drums, set up everything.
Everything. So we were young back then,
And
like early
tired.
teens. So I remember it was one of those services. Boom, and everybody was all like "hada blah boom" type, and then then I remember I was out. I don't mean that in a bad way, but then I was on my knees. I remember I got on my knees because the service was good. I remember I was genuinely praying before
You started
everything
praying.
happened. I was praying. Things were going good. I remember I was tearing up, and then next thing what I remember is I opened my eyes. There was like a tingling on my knees. my knees were tingling.
And I remember the pastor even he told somebody not to bother you.
Yeah, and I felt my knees were tingling, and then all of a sudden I opened my eyes and I didn't move because for a second I didn't know where I was at. Like honestly, I kid you not, I was like, am I dreaming or where? I remember I was on my knees and I opened my eyes, but I was facing that way so nobody can see my eyes. I was facing the wall, and then I hear just a faint voice, and then I wake up more, and it was the pastor preaching. So I'm like, yo, crap! Like that moment, I didn't know how long I had been there. So it could have been 2 minutes. It could have been 40 minutes. I didn't know how long.
More like an hour and a half.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I was the only one on stage there, and so everybody thought I was slain, by the Holy Spirit. And so I was like, okay, I got to play this off. And I remember I was like, I kind of let my knees get a little, blood back in them. And then so what I did was I tried to act like I was crying. And I just wiped my tears. I got up and wiped my tears and acted like I was crying, and then just walked off. But
we all knew you were asleep.
You guys only knew, not everybody.
God.
You guys only, a
That's
couple of you knew,
funny.
but everybody else.
You guys
knew
remember
that.
when? So if you grew up Pentecostal in a Hispanic church, there was always that time where it was the worship music and the slow songs, and then somebody would start prophesying,
Oh God.
and then it would get all
yes,
quiet.
George.
And we had this friend, God rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
He was leading worship, and one of those moments happened, and there was this lady next to him. And what they do in those Hispanic churches is they put the mic towards the person speaking.
But they also cover them with
modesty
the
blankets.
cloth.
Yeah.
They're called modesty blankets.
Okay, it's a cloth.
What do you call it?
The church people call it modesty
Nobody
blankets.
knows what that
yeah.
is. But so
Yeah,
people
makes
can
sense.
understand. Not
People
everybody
here
knows.
know what that is.
No, but if you don't go to church, it's just think of it. If the lady's wearing a skirt or something, they put a blanket or something to cover them.
For
you know what I mean?
modesty. So anyway, so the guy puts what he thinks is the mic towards his mouth or her mouth.
I was
So-
just remembering this story too.
but it turns out that he points the mic at her butt.
Yeah. And we all knew. And so you hear the lady speaking, but it's very faint.
And it's very muffled.
Yeah, and we knew it, so we're like, yo, George, you put the mic where it's supposed to be. Then he
It
figured
was
it
pointed at her butt.
out. But it was for a good 10, 15 seconds. And then he finally realized and put
It
it.
didn't matter at that point.
I know. And then he put it in, the lady's face. But by then, everybody was like, yo, yup. It's like, you can't come back from that. It's not like if she's going to repeat what she said.
Oh, jeez.
Crazy Pentecostal stuff.
Oh,
Crazy
yeah.
things.
Remember one time in Albuquerque, we played for how many hours straight? 4 or 5 hours straight?
That happened in Tijuana,
And
too.
TJ
remember?
was even more. We played that
Like
one
6
time.
hours?
TJ was 6.
Non-stop.
We switched drummers.
I was
switched from
exhausted.
drums to keys every now and then.
We did that once with Eric.
Albuquerque.
And TJ.
Yeah.
We played for. 'Cause I remember when I was playing trumpet, my lips were about to fall
Yeah, I
off.
remember that. I think it was the first time we played in TJ.
That bit was that,
remember my
that
lips
building
were-
they had?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We played. That was that time in TJ because I remember the service started at 12 and the service ended
Crazy.
at 8.
I've driven by there a couple times. It just brings me back to those days. That was crazy.
But yeah, crazy times, man. Yo, this has been a good one. Just reminiscing on things. I think we have a lot more stories to tell.
We do, but you won't even tell them.
But I think we're good for here. I think we're good.
No,
for here.
why?
We got it. We got to save some of these stories for the right time.
All right.
When's the
We're
right
good.
time?
Again, guys, if you're not following us,
when's
I
the
hope
right
you guys
time?
enjoy our conversations. If you're not following us, please follow us. Subscribe on YouTube. Like us, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Please share the word. You know what I mean? We're just here, telling our stories or challenges, things how we've grown up and just reminiscing on things. And if there's anything that you guys can relate to, have fun. We hope you do. Again,
And we're going to have Bob here soon. So
Bob's going to get beat.
That should be.
100-meter dash. He's scared, to be honest with you
He's
guys.
not scared,
They didn't want to
bro.
say he's hiding like Biden. Boom.
I'm not putting that in.